The Spring Parade of Homes tour is underway, offering ideas and buying options here in the northwest suburbs. The home tour comes during what local realtors are calling unprecedented times, and that has buyers considering places they may not have done so in the past. Buyers continue to see extreme competition for homes fueled by low interest rates and a supply of homes for sale at a historic low. As Corey Bork reports, that's giving rise to interest not only in the suburbs, but in the exurbs.
Today's market's very tight, forcing buyers to look farther and farther out, like here in Buffalo. This home is on the Parade of Homes tour. Let's go take a look.
This is a split entry home, and it is really good for a first-time home buyer.
Here in Buffalo, this 4-bed, 3-bath home offers something brand new with a design that keeps with the current trends.
What we've done here is we've taken a lot of really popular trends and then made that a standard feature.
Trends like a roomy entryway, an open floor plan, and vinyl plank flooring.
Exactly what we see here is basically what has been trending for the last few years. A lot of people are going with the gray paint, white trim, white cabinets.
Built by Brooklyn Park-based Craftsman Custom Homes and priced at $369,900, this home sold quickly.
This has been a super popular plan for us. The builder builds about 20 of these a year, and they sell very quickly.
Brandon Doyle, a realtor based out of Maple Grove, says he's seeing a lot of growth in not only places like Buffalo, but in areas like Rogers, St. Michael, and Osseo.
They're finding that they can get a lot more home for their money and actually purchase new in some of these communities.
Purchasing new and farther out because of frustration closer in.
The home buyers looking in Maple Grove and Plymouth area, they're getting really frustrated with what's available. The entry-level price point, that stuff is getting bid up so high, and then to buy new in that area has gotten to be very expensive.
Doyle says he's seeing some existing homes have as many as 10 to 12 offers and sell the first week on the market.
So it's very competitive for buyers, and that can be rather discouraging.
Which leads us back to Buffalo.
Buffalo is very affordable. You can buy a lot of home, get really good quality.
And the rise of the exurbs in a market realtors can't recall seeing before.
These are unprecedented times, so we haven't seen quite the level of buyer demand that we are right now.
For Business Matters, Corey Bork, CCX News.
There may be some good news on the horizon for buyers looking closer in. Brandon Doyle says he's starting to see more homes come on the market as sellers realize how much equity they have in their home. Brooklyn Center police have released Dashcam video to CCX News showing a suspect trying to escape in a stolen truck. The suspect is a 21-year-old man from Buffalo and is charged with fleeing police and receiving stolen property. According to the criminal complaint, police were checking for stolen vehicles when they came upon this red truck and noticed the license plate didn't match the vehicle. Police began surrounding the truck when all of a sudden the driver accelerated forward, ramming one squad vehicle, then tried to drive in reverse, crashing into another. The truck got stuck in a snowbank with its wheels spinning. The complaint says the driver eventually gave up and put his hands out the window for police to arrest him. No officers were injured in the ordeal. There's a bill in the legislature that would impose hard mandatory sentences for crimes committed with a gun. In this week's Newsmakers, we sat down to speak with the author of this bill, Senator Warren Limmer of Maple Grove.
Yeah, in light of the rising crime rate that's happening in the Twin Cities, we began to start studying the results of the criminal justice system. One thing that we did notice from the Sentence Guidelines Commission, they issued a report that in the last decade, crimes with the use of a firearm are up. Surprisingly, we've had an overall increase in crime, 16%, 58% increase in murder in the Twin Cities just in the last year. But when those individuals are caught, arrested, and prosecuted, when they're found guilty, the mandatory sentence that we recommended as a legislature is not being imposed. So this new law makes it a hard minimum sentence. If you're found guilty, the judge has to impose the most minimum sentence in prison. Quite honestly, I think there's a rise in gunfire all over the Twin Cities, mostly in the urban core, but it's starting to come out in the suburbs. And we have to address this. We cannot tolerate this type of behavior. And sadly, we have to address it with prosecutors and judges We want violent offenders behind bars.
And this is something you're probably hearing about from people. It's a big issue.
I hear it everywhere we go. People are concerned about their safety. They're concerned about their children being shot. Whoever thought that we were going to have this conversation in this day and age? But when little kids are shot in Minneapolis, due to the fact of stray bullet fire in neighborhoods, residential neighborhoods, there's something wrong with our society. And as a legislature, we can't do everything, but we can force the judges and prosecutors enforce the law, prosecute bad guys, and make sure that when you do prosecute and you find a guilty verdict, make sure they spend time behind bars.
Is this making pretty good progress? You got a lot of support for this?
It passed our first committee. We're moving it on to our second committee next week. And we'll see if the House wants to join us. They take a softer approach, different majority there. But in the Republican majority, we're going to be tough on crime, and we're going to make sure that this threat to our society is squelched immediately.
All right, we'll continue to follow this. Senator Warren Limmer, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
And finally, we leave you with an art show currently on display at the Maple Grove Government Center. The District 279 Student Art Show features around 90 pieces of artwork from schools all across the district. The Maple Grove Art Center facilitated the show, and you can see the art from now until April 1st.